So I'm going to start. Okay, so coming to the AWS, see here it is global infrastructure of AWS. So they launch almost 25 regions they launched. Okay, so 5 announced regions also there, and local zones also available. Okay, there is always in a top position, so you can read their document. But when you're comparing who is the top and all, we don't understand. Okay, because of it's a point of view. You are looking at the thing. Okay, so how you look at that organization and is a top level or less level. And even though in a pricing, AWS telling we are a low in price compared to Microsoft, and in a Microsoft website they will tell so low in pricing compared to AWS. But how to calculate that, we have to check it and calculate both the size. Like you can go to pricing and calculate based on the machine things and how much free tire is offers and all. So you can see pay as you go, this kind of stuff. Just I'm going to compute. EC2 means virtual machine. Only one comparison we'll see. Free try is there. Free tire on demand. See on demand pricing. Saving plans and all. We see that one later. Depends upon regions also. I will go to the region. You can see the okay. I increase the size. Okay. This is ES West. Africa. Where is India? Tokyo. Why I used to cross Asia? Mumbai. Okay, this is the Mumbai data transfer wise. So if you see the pricing, like a current generation A1 medium, one single processor. Okay, something is not ECU is not applicable. Memory is 2 GB. Instance are EBS only. So that's we will discuss what is EBS and all. Linux and Unix type. Okay, 0.0255 dollars per hour. Okay, it is showing in dollars per hour, so we have to tell it is in India. Okay, we have to log in as a Indian region part. So we have to check it like what type of operating system you want to use it. For example, Windows. So Windows usage, see that's the Windows usage per hour. If you increase that, this is a, what are these? These are the what type of hardware you want to use it. Okay, T3 Nano, T3 Micro, T3 Small, Medium. So the infrastructure size is increasing here for each and everything. Like a number of CPU increasing, number of RAM capacity is also increasing. And we have to add a storage also. That storage is also there. So if you look at and calculate each individual one, you have to take one sample. You have to take one sample, either it is like a micro or a small. You have to take a sample. For example, small 2 CPU, 2 GB RAM, and this is the cost per hour. And go to Azure. In Azure also you see the infrastructure cost per hour and calculation, so you will understand which one is free, which one is less. Okay, what are the different options. So overall pricing wise you have to think about it. Okay, overall price wise you can able to think about. Okay, next. Microsoft, a lot of people in a Microsoft is always, because whenever you go with the Windows operating system, always you have to pay for Windows, right? Like whether it is Windows 10 or Windows servers. Okay, so you have to pay and use it, and there is a lot of other things, services are there, not dedicated to one single end. Like AWS, whatever it is, market like. E-commerce websites and prime video kind of stuff, like a video streaming thing, but the cloud part is completely different, right? Cloud is completely different in AWS. There are mixing thing is not there, but Microsoft Azure is there on premises, off premises, not only only cloud services, and other services also there are providing application services and all. Okay, so some people like to go with AWS, and some people like like a world and brand wise, Microsoft is a very big one, and also same cost as almost all same cost as AWS also. If you are compare it, free tiers also available in AWS, and Azure is also there. Okay, depends upon the organization what they believe they will buy based on that one. Okay, so if you see here, it is 25 regions, and upcoming regions also marked in yellow color. So in India itself we have a two regions. So one is at Bombay, another is Hyderabad. New one is coming in Hyderabad. Okay, if you we got a chance to work in that data center. Okay, like your government job, you can go and do it. Like because of data centers are permanent almost, because of data information IT. So where we'll store all the things in data centers only. Okay, if you got a job as a data center administration kind of stuff, management, monitoring, better not to leave that one. Okay, because it's like a permanent job type only. Okay, always required, whether it is software is on demand or off demand. Data center maintenance is always there. Okay, so these are in US itself we have a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 in United States. One is at Sao Paulo, maybe three regions available, three local regions. Okay, Ireland thing. Okay, Bahrain, 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 Cape Town, Africa, Jakarta, Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia also one only. In India, we have a Mumbai availability zones 3 local zones. Okay, and Hyderabad coming soon. Okay, so Tokyo, Japan, two places. One is at Tokyo, one is at Osaka. So it's coming launched in 2020. So Tokyo launched in 2011. In Mumbai, what I'm doing 2016. So we are late, but it will take time for anything. Benefits of AWS thing: security, availability, performance. So many things are given here. Scalability, digital footprint, flexibility. Okay, but here important one is, of course, for comparison, market share is a very important, and server capacity, market share, server capacity, and starts. Uh, um, Actually, Microsoft is a world company, but Amazon Web Services is started earlier than Microsoft. It start popular in okay here the reason why it is giving domains in AWS. From here we have to start. Okay, so different domains are there. So compute, migration, security and identity compliance, storage, database, network and content delivery, messaging and management tools in different domains in AWS. This is we discussed it in the morning, right? So domains. What are the domains are there? Compute, storage, database. We have to divide these things common in both the things, but migration, networking, and content. security, identity, messaging. Okay, so here it is in a domains: compute, storage, database, migration, networking and content delivery, management tools, security, identity, compliance, and messaging. Okay, so the first one is compute. What are there in a compute? We'll see from here. So they change the slide part here. Okay, still AWS. Okay, it is become more big one, so we should have it. Okay, so for you, I am writing. So AWS EC2. EC2 means virtual machines directly. Okay, what is a compute? EC2 virtual machines. AWS Lambda. Okay, so what is a Lambda means? Like when you are using. Okay, so when you are running this one, for example, running an application. So this application background process is there, no? That we call it as a the supporting um, running background process, that is called AWS Lambda. That is not in your control. So if you are using a heavy application, okay, if you are using a heavy application, definitely that's cost will increases. So the limitations are there, millions per second, like that. This is a very interesting one, elastic bean stack. What is this elastic bean stack is, for example, you want to develop an application. So you need to create a virtual machine and install application related things. You don't have to worry about it. Simply you can able to start the application directly on AWS using Elastic Beanstalk. Okay? Like you want to host application in different environments. Like you want to develop a web application, directly you can start it. So you don't have to worry about how much RAM you taken, how much disk space you are taken, and all. So, for example, you want to develop an application. What we required, Java platform is required, IDE is required, web services required, like a web server, like a Tomcat kind of stuff you required. Maybe middleware is required. Any middleware you required, or application server is required. SQL database is required. So when you are going to Beanstalk, automatically you go to that option and what project you want to do it, and what are the your requirements to develop an application. You have to select it and okay, everything comes into one place. So you can directly develop and deploy application also. So you need to depends upon multiple servers or a big infrastructure and all, and you need to worry about installing operating system and managing that application, and the limitations of hardware is also you need to worry about Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, next one is Elastic Load Balancer. What is a load balancer? It distribute your traffic among the instances. So what is that? Elastic What is this elastic load balancer? For example, you have a one single application, or maybe one a virtual machine, so it cannot handle entire load from the access, right, from clients. Lot of requests are there. If one single machine cannot able to access it, so automatically it will create multiple machines and share the load. Okay, already I told one example of a load sharing. Like I have a multiple counters, so how many customers are there, based on that I will keep on increasing my counter, so then I can handle the traffic, right? Like, so creating a multiple instance, like a instance, or a what we can say virtual machines in the cloud, so then we can balance load on a you can balance the load on a virtual machines. Okay, just I skip little bit. Okay. Next one is auto scaling. What is the auto scaling? Auto scaling means same thing. Whenever the load increases, automatically it increase number of instances, like multiple virtual machines deployment, and balancing the load between these virtual machines is also possible with a AWS compute domain. Next one is a migration. Okay, guys, we don't have a time, and spending a lot of time on singing, but at least if you understand one, that is enough. So, what is a migration thing? So, what is a migration? So, you have a traditional data center. You have a data center. You have a data center is there, and now you want to migrate it to cloud because your data centers become old, and you can't maintain that data center no longer. Now you want to move to cloud. So then that is called a migration. So you are migrating from your old data center to AWS cloud. So that is called, we call as a migration, moving to cloud migration. So what are the different tools we are using? Here is one is a Snowball. Okay, other things also there, like while you are migrating your data center, you have a data in your data center, right? You have virtual machines, data center having data applications and all there. So how to do it? So one way is through network we can able to transfer if it is a limited data, but in data center we have a lot of data, not terabytes, petabytes of data is there. So it's very difficult to transfer through network. You can transfer it through physically. So what I have to do? You have to call to AWS people. You have to call to AWS people, and they will come to you with a large data center with them. So the storage capacity. So then you have to copy all the data into their storage. Okay, so you have to copy into that one. Once you are copied, so they will take that machine to the AWS nearby data center. So they will paste it there. Just for example, you're transferring, like you're vacating your home. You're vacating and you're transferred to some other place. What you will do? You'll call to our mm, packers and movers, right? You will call to some packers and movers guy, and he will come. He will pack everything. He'll move to some place. For example, I'm in a Pune. Now I transfer to Vishakhapatnam. Then what happened? I will call to the packer movers. So everything they will pack it, and they will transfer to Vishakhapatnam. So they drop it to Vishakhapatnam place. Then I have to go there, shifted to new home. So like that. So I got the point. Same thing. But here, what we call that one as a snowball. Snowball is a physically transferring your data from your old data center to your cloud computing. Physically transfer, because huge amount of data is there. The equipment we call it as a snowball. Only it told about snowball only. Okay. So another one is a security. Here actually there everything. So while you can read it from here. Okay. Load balancing, lambda, auto scaling, and there are missing other things. Okay. Storage and content delivery is S3. Simple storage device. It's a bucket storage. CloudFront delivery networking through CloudFront EBS. Yeah, here it is a snowball. Okay, it's a snowball. And where is this? Oh, okay, they separated with the migration. That's why it is a separated. That's why I'm. So actually, we have to tell about the storage part. So we'll see what is the storage and content delivery. Migration is also not only a snowball. They have a network connections to that one also. We can do it. So S3 AWS. It is a simple storage. Like you have a data, you have a data, and you are to store the data. Where you will store the data in a folder, right? You created a folder and you put a data in the folder. So that type of storage is called S3. Simple storage service. It used for storing data in form of objects in AWS cloud. Okay, they call that folder here as a bucket. Okay, they call folder as a bucket. So you have to create a bucket and you put the data in the bucket. That's it. Amazon CloudFront is a content delivery network which used to cache data to a edge location to reduce latency. You know what will happen? What is a CloudFront? Actually, there is a thing like repeated accessing data is there. Any repeating access data is there, and from which location more access of that data is there. In both the ways, like repeated data and which location maximum. Location like my exam queries from India only. So better they move data to the Mumbai related thing. I created a cloud here, but my exam queries from something European countries. So they keep that cache into the European countries. The cache data they will maintain to the near the people who are using. So then faster we can able to get it because we have to get the data through the internet, right? So it will take time. Delivery time will take. To reduce the delivery time, so what they have done, they're creating a caches to near to the users, which is location wise also cache into. This is elastic block storage EBS. Okay, EBS it means elastic block storage. Okay, what is the elastic block storage? Like your SanDisk only. So a block of storage means a 10 GB disk, 20 GB disk, 100 GB disk, 1 TB of disk. S3 is a folder like you keep a data. This is a disk like a you are getting a disk 1, disk 2, disk 3. Just EBS is like a disk only, iSCSI disk type only. You got a disk directly. EBS elastic block storage it is. You will get a disk. One virtual machine can, okay, sorry, one virtual machine can have a multiple blocks, but one EBS is connected to only one virtual machine only. One EBS means one block is connected to only one virtual machine only. uh, Glacier is achieving services thing like achieving services means what is a achieving services means backup. Glacier is like a backup, and mainly it stores in a tape drives only. Still we are using a tape drives. So you have a huge amount of data and you want to take the backup, so if you go to Glacier means the AWS, whatever the data you created in a, web cloud, so they store in a tape drives because it's a very cheaper. Next one is AWS Storage Gateway. So the Snowball already I told here. Okay, AWS Storage Gateway. Gateway means it's a, make a connection between your on-premises server to cloud. So I can connect my on-premises server to cloud also, right? So gateway means it's a make a connection, the storage connection between your on-premises to gateway. Why is it required? I will maintain a storage in both in my PC as well as cloud. If I got a problem with my data center, I have a storage safe in my cloud. If I got disconnected from the cloud, so still I have a data myself. So it is double benefit. Provides seamless integration with data security features between on-premises software appliances. Okay, maybe if you see this one, Google Drive is integrated inside your laptop, and Google Drive is also in a cloud, right? You keep a data in your system as well as Google Drive also, both offline and online data is available, same thing. So next service is database, very big one, right? So I don't know how many users are blown. Okay, Aurora is a database. So here we call everything as a RDS. Actually, database means Azure RDS kind of stuff. Relational database management. So why this is coming, we keep on coming. Okay, so database means RDS service. Okay, so what is a RDS means a relational database services. Okay, so Amazon RDS. So this is the one part of RDS is Aurora is nothing but MySQL, but faster than MySQL. It's a 5 times faster than MySQL. This is a RDS. So two are there. Okay, so anyway, Amazon RDS. So Aurora is a separated one. Okay. So I forget this. Okay, so in a RDS we have a different services are there, almost like a six families, like Aurora, MariaDB, MySQL, Oracle, uh, MSSQL, PostgreSQL. These are all database in a RDS. Yeah, of course, Aurora is a separate one, so it's a 5 times faster than MySQL. Next, okay, here it is a DynamoDB. It means there it is a Cosmos DB. Cosmos DB. In in Azure it is a Cosmos DB. In AWS it's a DynamoDB. It is nothing but a no SQL database type. It's not S. It is so unstructured query data type. It is okay. No SQL. Okay, so that is a DynamoDB. This is about here. So, okay, Elastic Cache. Another shift. Okay, Elastic Cache is a web services that make easy to set up, manage, scale, distribute cache environment in a cloud. Okay, so like um, Elastic Cache is as again same as a cache thing only, like frequently accessed data, so it will cache and keep it ready type means anybody accessing same data, right? So always already I have a data and same data only accessing, so it is in you put it in a cache mode, so then easily we can able to access. So like same queries, I made a one database query. Again, I want doing same query. So why we should do all the process related things? So it will give you direct output. Redshift is specifically in a database. It's not a database. It's a data analysis tool. Different data analysis are there. For example, Oracle database is there. Oracle database is there. On top of database, so we have a reporting tools also there, like a OBIE, ODE, MicroStrategy, Tableau. These are all analysis tools, like a data warehousing tools. Okay, what is it? Is it's actually data warehouse, data warehouse tool, housing tools. Okay, so what is a fully managed petabyte scale data warehouse? Okay, here it is written warehouse services in the cloud. So what is the data warehousing? It is separate all the data and it is mm, we can analyze the data. Okay, we can analyze the data using data warehousing tools. Data warehouse. Okay, like a warehouse means keep every data into one place and take the reports by analyzing the data. So that is Redshift means you can maintain a database and we can analyze the database using Redshift. Now networking part of AWS. So VPC AWS is like a virtual network that can you define closely resembles traditional network operates in a data center. Normally we use a VPN services, right? We use a VPN services to connect our data centers. But in AWS, they are providing virtual private connections. So then, uh, organizational level AWS means personally means directly access through internet. But if I'm using a specific organization like my company is using AWS, so then I may have to connect certain services or infrastructure using a VPS to AWS service from my work from home type. VPN is there, no? So same thing is here. Okay, AWS Direct Connect. So you can establish a connection between your organization to AWS. Normally, we are accessing everything. Cloud means we are accessing through internet, but you don't want to use a public internet. You want to use a private network connection between AWS to your organization. So then we can use AWS Direct. Uh, Amazon Route 53. Okay, Amazon Route 53. What is 53? Port number 53 for guys. Port number 53 for
DNS.
very good. Yes. 53 DNS. Amazon route 53 means it's a DNS services only. Okay. So if you want a DNS server type, you want a DNS services name to IP address thing. You have a public IP address for your application or a virtual machine and you want to communicate with a name. So how to give? Because Amazon also providing DNS services. So we can register our DNS and IP address there. So it will give you a DNS services also, not as a normal DNS, not like a normal DNS server, like a server level DNS server only. Highly scalable and highly available domain name system by Amazon. This is referred to TCP/IP port number 3, where DNS request there. Yeah, very good. These are management tools. Okay, so up to here is main tools are there. From here, management tools, authentication tools are there. So CloudWatch is to monitor your utilizing your resources and machines applications um, in Amazon. What is this new one? It is cloud formation. Serve help you to set up and model your AWS resources so that you can spend less time managing these resources and more time focusing on a development. Okay, so cloud formation means when you go to that one. So when you want to develop an application, like a web application or something, yeah, that is correct. Okay, so like how much RAM I'm using, how much processor I'm using, how much disk space I'm using. So you don't have to worry about it. So then just keep on your work, and automatically, as per requirement, it will support that resources. That is a cloud formation here. AWS Cloud Trail. Okay, it's a logging services that record API calls to your AWS account and deliver them to you. Okay, so what is a crowd trail is, it is monitor who is accessing your, for example, you have a multiple users who are accessing your virtual machines, or you are accessing your data or applications or services, your services, so that everything will be log is there, and they will tell all the log analysis to you. Okay, this is the remaining things. Okay, and also we can manage AWS using a command line tools also, but mostly in a certain critical conditions only we'll use command lines, but still we can able to use it. Ops work, configuration management tool that help with configuration. Okay, that is something around chef related, configuration management related thing. Okay, means how it is working, how to deploy an applications. Okay, who are getting deployed, like that. Trust advisor, customized cloud monitoring tool, analyze for AWS insights, expenses. It means how much you are utilizing, and how many people are utilizing your this one. Okay. So what is the demand, and what are the changes requirement? What you not yet done? Task reminder also that is. Next one is security and identity management of AWS. There are mainly two things are there. One is identity and access management is there. Okay, so like you can create an account and you can access with account, right? You are an administrator, and you have a other users also there, so you can create a multiple users there. So it is also providing identity, means you are a main admin and you are creating other accounts. So that time you have to go to IAM, identity and access management, and you can give access to other users. Like I have a 10 users, I created a 10 users, but first 5 users can able to create a virtual machine. Okay, and next 4 users, for example, next 2 users can able to create an application like a beanstack type. Okay, elastic beanstack. So next 2 users can only monitor, they can't create anything, just log in, monitor all the resource utilizations. So like that I can create user and role both the ways. Key management services, it manages helps to create a control encryption keys which encrypt your data. Guys, we are accessing internet through, sorry, we are accessing cloud through internet. Understand, right? We are accessing cloud majorly through internet. But through internet, if you are accessing something, it is a possibility of compromising. So the cloud services like AWS and Azure, if you want to access the cloud particular service like virtual machine or applications through internet, there must be encrypt the data. So to decrypt it, we need a keys. How to manage these keys? By using a keys management. So what services, what key, what service you want to access? You want to access a remote desktop, a virtual machine remote desktop, that key will be available. You have another virtual machine, different key we are using. You have applications. Okay, you are like that. Okay, so you have a databases. for that another key. So the key management for what instant and what key is there, we can manage with the key management services. Direct option is there. You have to go to there and click it and see it. Application services. Why it is not reducing? So many are there. Mm. What is a beautiful thing it is? If you can try to read all these things once at least. Okay. If you cannot, it's okay, no problem. I'm not saying don't read it or leave it. I'm not saying that kind of stuff. I'm saying it is better go through once if possible and try to understand what is this kind of stuff also. Everything about AWS, go through it, or at least try to understand these things and other things inside. Okay, we have a limitation of time. Then these things we should be completed in a 2 3 days. So SES is a cost-effective mail service which is built on a scalable and reliable infrastructure of AWS. So there are introducing mail services like, so if you want to mail to the customer directly from Amazon to your customers, so then you can create your mail accounts here. Okay, so web services offered by AWS manages delivery of message subscriber to endpoints or client. Like you are utilizing your services, you have still remaining of this available space like that. It can do messaging to the clients, so which is provided by Amazon. That is called SNS. SQS, reliable and scalable message queuing services. This is also message queuing service. It can be transit any volume of data at any level of throughput without losing any message or without losing of any. So maybe as client notifications, client how much utilizing, right? You know, for example, I am a AWS is a cloud service provider. I'm an organization. Some other company need a certain services, so I can provide through Amazon, right? So like they need a web application, I develop a web application on Amazon and I will deliver the web application to the client through Amazon only, and developing and also delivering. So they are using web services, right? Not only my single purpose, I will manage it, so I have a knowledge to manage them. Next is AWS pricing. So there is a 2 3 ways of pricing things are there. Okay, so one is a pay as you go type. What is a pay as you go means how much you are using, that much you are paying. Okay, free also there. Free tier is also has its own limits and it is up to particular time period only, or and a very small machine you will get to activate. Pay per use model means pay per use model. Okay, so what is a pay per use model means what type of hardware operating system you're using. Like already I showed that pricing list, right? So where is that? We crossed that one. Okay, closed, I think so. Okay, so you have to pay. I mean, only pay for what you use. Example, if you use 10 GB of space S3 on AWS, you get pay for 10 GB traditionally by X amount of storage in advance, like that. Okay, next is a saving model is there. It's a pay per use model or a pay as you go. Actually, it is called as a pay as you go model. It means how much you are utilizing, you have to pay for that one. Next one is saving. Saving is also there. I have to search that name. Okay. Saving means I created a virtual machine, or maybe I created a service, means like a application. Okay, I want to use that resources for next 2 3 years. Understand? I want to use that resources for the next 2 3 years. So you can tell AWS, I want to go for saving mode. at least I will use for a 2 3 years. So you are paying for a 2 3 years at a time. Automatically 70% of payment. For example, for 1 year it is 100 rupees. For 1 year you have to pay 100 rupees as pay as you go. But definitely use for 1 year. Definitely the project for 1 year. So you can reserve it. You can reserve your resources and you can pay for 1 year. So what happen? Instead of 100 rupees, you can pay 30 or 40 rupees based on the calculations. Okay. Normally pay as you go 100 rupees per year, for example. So for a reserved means you said a guarantee I've used for 1 year. Definitely 1 year I will utilize. So then Amazon will charge you only a 30 or 40% of your model, means either it is virtual machine or a application or a database, depends upon what it is. Okay, so you need to pay full amount also, so you can save the 70% of amount, up to 70% of amount, um, in Amazon. So that's my point. And there are a lot of different certifications are there: AWS architecture, cloud. Okay, so you can see partner certifications and okay, uh, it's okay, leave it. So there is a different certifications also there. Actually cloud practitioner is a first certificate. You can easily go through the tutorials and you can learn easily. So this is it. This is about your AWS. Okay, and of course Azure is there, but I can't able to speak now. Okay, so Azure is also there, but if you want to Azure also, I will show you that one. So I closed another server. So simply put a Azure tutorial for beginners. So you will get a less time only. Not, yeah, this is a free cloud clam, and you can see 7 hours. 7 hours. If you cannot spend that much of time, uh, but in the same Edureka, in same Edureka only, you will get a 1 hour lecture. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that is the one, and this is a free cloud camp. It is 3 hours video. Okay, so both are 1 hour, 1 hour. Just try. This is 3 hours video. Keep it for a future. Okay. Maybe you are interested now and you want to learn and you want to pass the examination. Then you can go through this one. Currently I don't require. And there also show you practically at least why I sending this Edureka and this one. So by listening what is names, it's won't give you any practical experience, right? And I can't give you a practical part also. Okay, I actually this time I plan to give cloud practicals to you, but still I can't able to provide because lack of time and all kind of stuff. Already I spent lot of time on a cloud and data centers, this virtualization. Okay, it's okay. But I just want to give you more clarity on the topic rather than just tell something. Okay, great type. At least I want to tell this thing, but go through once the video, so then they will show you a practical at least how to create a virtual machine, how to access the virtual machine, how to create a database. These two things only they will tell. How to create a project also, their elastic beanstalk also they will tell. So just watch it, like when you are doing your washing clothes or something, that time keep it on your laptop or a mobile phone. Just let it go on, you will understand it. Okay, so this is about your cloud and AWS.